Welcome to the doghouse. I hope you're all having a great day today. Yes, I am, as always. This is going to be about people compromising their ethics for money. No, I'm not saying if somebody gives you money and you need it and you're grateful for that. And this is people willing to change their attitudes because they got money. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the top of the bat a guy I really like called Super Dave has received money, but I tell you what, this is one guy that's not going to give up his moral values and change his belief because of money. This is one hell of a good guy, and he does not fall into this category whatsoever. So please don't put Super Dave in this category at all. That's if you know him. If not, check him out. This is about people that are on one side and all of a sudden they get money or indirect money, more views or whatever, and they see the dollar signs, they change their views and they're on what they are doing. Yes, they'll change their views because they see the dollar signs. So they'll change their views based on ethics of money. Well, it's not really ethics, is it? But they're willing to give up their ethics for the dollar. Ethics on some of these people out there will change based on the money they can stick in their pocket. I know there's some out there that's received money in that and they needed it and it's been for a good cause. And like I said, Dave is one of them falls in the doing the right thing category, even though he has been blessed, and in his case, blessed with money to go on and do things in life that may have been harder if it wasn't there for him. But once again, that's different than most of what I'm talking about. I've seen guys on here just trash a guy, and all of a sudden they stop and go against the other side based on the fact that all of a sudden they can see money in their pocket and everybody becomes a piece of crap except the people throwing him the money for his own good in his eyes. Okay, it's really not for own good in the long run, and that's what I'm getting at there. It's not that these people do think what they are doing is for the good of their pocketbook, not ethics. A lot of these guys that do this, somebody will throw money at them, and or directly or indirectly. They don't have to directly give them anything. But when they see that dollar sign that can pop up, they want it. Ethics don't mean nothing as long as they put that dollar in their pocket. It's like these guys think when they pass on that they're going to take the money with them and they'll have all this influence. It don't work that way. You're not taking it with you. But people do, and just not on here, just in general life, people are willing to sacrifice decency and doing the right thing to take money they can get that they know have strings attached, which may not be good strings. But that money is there, and they are willing to throw out ethics to get that money. Shame on you. You know, ethics are ethics, and decency is decency. If you're out there taking the money and throwing away both ethics and decency, you're probably one of the worst people in this earth. You're not only a liar, you're compromising what should be to something that should not be. You know, you guys got to got to watch it very, very close. Some of these people out there that doing this, when they start backing something that didn't exist before there was more money involved, you need to take a hard look. But anybody out there that's giving money to the right reason, right causes, I have the most respect for you guys that do this. I don't have respect for the guys doing it for monetary gains. And it's all over on YouTube. You know, people are willing to sacrifice their beliefs for the dollar. And they really are. They have become so hard in their mind that they need that dollar that ethics, morality has nothing to do with it. I've seen a guy on here, and I used to watch a little bit. I was offended because of his potty mouth. We all get that way, but nothing like this guy. But I listened to what he was saying, and even though he didn't know how to speak without cussing, but then in the long run, when it come right down to it, all of a sudden he backed off and went the other way, and his views come up, and probably the monetary end I haven't looked at it, but it's very possible the way he switched. He was threatened with a lawsuit too, but then he went to the other side. Once again, morally wrong. Not to see if there is a mistake made somewhere and you're going, whoa, that's a mistake. I cannot go with that at all. That's one thing. But when you're doing it for the money, that's another thing. If you have to be on here or any other podcast channel and you have to make up lies and go with something you really don't believe in because the money is there, that means you're as bad as the person throwing the money at you. And like I said, if you want to go out and make money, get money, whatever. People have given money on here to some really, really good causes, and people hate that. And this is where a difference is, too. There's people out there that sacrifice their own money, their own time, and making it better for a family. And yet the haters out there want to know where every penny went. And the law don't allow that. It is not a 401k. It is not a charity. It was done in a whole different direction. And I've seen it more than one spot. But the haters always want to know where the dollars go. I've seen it several spots, and even around here. People give money for a good cause, and the haters want to know where it's going. But you want ask the haters, I want you to verify this, where this went. They'll tell you it's none of your business. Why? Because in their mind, you're in the wrong and they're in the right. But with a person that's willing to sacrifice ethics for money, is in some ways is the same thing. They want you to believe what they're saying now, not before. They want you to make sure you go down while they're taking in extra income, and they're willing to sacrifice their beliefs for their own gains in this world. Politicians do it. Local people do it. I've worked with people like that. You threw money at them, their ethics would have gone. If you would have given them $1,000 to do something they didn't believe in or stand up for, they would do it. and they would cuss out everybody that stood up to them, or this person stood up for them, it would be reversed because of the money. And I'm sure it's not that uncommon, and I'm sure most of you have ran into people like this in your lifetime. It don't even have to be on here. I mean, people around this country has always sacrificed their beliefs for the dollar. And there's a difference between the going out, getting a dollar, earning that dollar, and having all this money that you earn. That's one thing, but when you sacrifice morals to get the money, that's another. And most people that are out there willing to sacrifice what they don't believe in for the dollar, they don't get it. It will catch up with them sooner or later. And the fall they will take will be harder than they can ever believe. So when you're out there and see these people, you just have to watch it. I have a relative that would do the exact same thing. If you threw this person a bunch of money, they would hate the person they liked and cared for. They would hate that person because they had more dollars in their pocket now, and the dollar would be more important. They wouldn't say that, but the actions they would do would lead to that. People I've worked with, like I said, would do the same thing. They don't care. That dollar is more important to them than ethics. And in my heart, I wish more people would go out that could, because it's not an obligation, and help those that need help. And there are people out there doing that. That is not the same as giving up your ethical and moral values. You can't give them up for nobody. I love seeing people progress, get better in their lives, and go forward with their lives. That is a good sign of being on the right path. But if you're out there taking money and giving up your beliefs you know that are out there for that dollar, you're in the wrong. You don't have to give up your beliefs to get that money. It may be a shortcut. I know on here there's several other channels that has taken a shortcut to throw away their morals to get the dollar. And that they believe that dollar is better than their morals, which in a way it is, as far as in the end run. But when you give up your morals for that dollar, like I said earlier, you will fall hard eventually. Don't try and do this at all to give up your morals for the dollar. You can get the dollar in other ways. You don't have to give up ethics or nothing else like some are doing. When you go forward in life, that is the best thing you can do. When you do the things that you know need to be done without compromising ethics or morals, people will hate you for it, but you're doing the right thing. The people that threw their ethics and morals to the side for the almighty dollar, they are 100% in the wrong, and shame on every one of them.